Hey guys, today we're going to be unboxing. Now let's see what's inside. I see something. Oh look! It's one of those system sensor LED L series looking devices. Let's see what's inside. Looks very used for some reason. As you can see, the numbers are quite different. So it's already set to 15 candela, but I'll show you how it switches up. Wow, the dials on these actually move very smoother than any other system sensor dial. Look. Wait, since when did the Firealarm control panel control candelas? That's interesting. FCP. I don't know what FCP was supposed to mean. But anyways, we're testing that on 15 candela. Alright guys, I wired it up and it's set to 15 candela. I have this switch hooked up to it, so I basically unplugged my whole panel from the power supply and now it's taking 24 volts DC directly with 6 amps. So, I mean, it's not going to pull that much power, but like, I mean, that much power is sufficient, right? Right, anyways. Moment of truth if it works. Oh, it works just fine. It has a very different delay. I hear some microprocessors in there. Yeah, I noticed this on wheel-lock LED devices. This system sensor also has pretty much the same. I hear this microprocessor kind of making a sound once the LED flashes. I think a lot of the fire alarm companies are actually using these powerful LEDs that kind of make a sound when they turn on. So if it was steady, it would be very bright. Dang, this is too bright for 15 candelas on an LED strobe. Like, it's illuminating the whole room with no problem. I mean, I think it's as good. This LED device is as good as a xenon device. I really like the way this thing starts. Like, it has a, you know, as time goes on, I think fire alarms are gonna have a longer delay. This has more. Usually the L series devices, they typically have a 1 second delay depending on what tone it is set to and then what model it is. This one has a longer delay. I'm gonna restart the device. Dang, I think I'm half blind by now. Power on. It takes 3 to 4 seconds for it to fully start up. So that's what I noticed about its microprocessors. I'm glad this is working. I can't wait to wire it up onto my system sensor sync system. Like, this is very bright for 15 candela. I didn't go over the model number, so let's see that because sometimes I just don't. Okay, so the model number is actually the SWLED. System Sensor actually did a good job with keeping their model numbers clear and concise, because usually when it comes to wheel-lock LED devices, the model numbers are like usually long. I'm talking about the Exceeder LED devices, not the Eluxa devices. But the problem is, when it comes to budget friendliness, it's not the best choice. I mean, who's gonna buy a remote strobe for $24? This thing costed $24. And other listings give them for like $47, so that's crazy. And if you get the full horn strobe variants, it costs $67, or it could even cost $80 or $90 if it's a ceiling mount variant. So I don't understand what the logic was behind it, but I understand because the strobes actually flash another color if they're being used for another notification purpose other than fire alarm notification. It has an FCP option, so I think that's what changes the color, because it has an FCP option in the candela settings, which is interesting. I think System Sensor is planning to make a very advanced fire alarm. All the colors are probably in there. I mean, it's just one reflector and a bunch of LEDs of different colors, maybe. If whenever a flaw happens in the sync protocol, it goes to the carbon monoxide protocol, which is interesting. But anyways, I want to put this on my system sensor sync system. As you can see, the MDL is still intact. I want to make this a really fun fire alarm system because another alarm is on the way made by the same company, but back in like 1990s, which you could probably guess. Late 1990s. This was my longest unboxing and reviewing video. I think the review was the longest. So yeah. You know what? How much is the maximum candela? Let's see that. Also, I usually see a bunch of System Sensor Classic systems with some of these installed in the changing rooms or something. 95, 110. 110 is usually the max installers set them to, but I never really see them. Some places might have them set to like 185 when it comes to like big hotels with big convention rooms or something. I think the max is like 185, just like on any other system sensor device. And then there's our, hold on, there's our FCP candela setting. I think the FCP candela setting controls the strobe, the way the strobe flashes for a certain emergency situation other than fire, like yellow, green, blue, red, or something. So I think that's what FCP is for, but System Sensor didn't fully release the technology for controlling how this thing flashes. But whenever a bug happens in the System Sensor sync protocol, it switches to another notification mode. So I think I said that like 5 times. If you want to buy this in a very budget friendly way, I recommend getting the strobes. Some people are selling these for 24 or even cheaper, but they're not going to cost as much as like the Wheelock RSS, which probably cost $9 to $10 or 11 or 15 depending on when it was made. But I think one day these are going to be the most expensive strobes, and I think Siemens might be making something way more expensive. So yeah, bye guys.